Okay, I've had a few problems with the stand, some major problems. It was so badly worn the bike wouldn't even sit on the stand. And the shaft or the spindle was completely seized and I had to cut that out. What I did then was I've drilled out the stand to this size and I've made a new bush to replace that one, which is there, and I've cut a new spindle to go through, and all I need to do now is cut some threads on there and that should solve that problem. Well, as you can see, this is an old frame I picked up on eBay. That's in the poor condition, but it's been very handy because if you look at the original video when I collected this bike, the centre stand sort of collapsed underneath the bike and didn't actually hold it. And I found out after I'd stripped it that not only were the bushes worn in the centre stand, but the engine plates, if you see here, they're actually badly worn at the end where the centre stand has been rubbing against the plates. Anyway, I've made a new bush for in the centre of the centre stand, slightly longer than the stand itself. Turned a 9/16 stainless steel rod, some new bolts, nice washers. That clamps up nicely, just leaves you enough clearance there for the gearbox. Now I cut these engine plates down and I had a second set which I've actually made a new tail end to the plate, welded them, and I've made some little gussets and welded them on the inside just to strengthen, and everything fits in nicely. The gearbox has been in and it slides nicely along, no interference anywhere. But underneath I've made these little gussets, and now the centre stand locks against those in a good angle, good position, and steadies the bike. Huge improvement. And that's just a spare engine that we found lying around when we bought a load of bits. That's come in handy just for getting all the sensors right. Well, I've turned the frame over now so you can get a better look at this modification. As you can see, the centre stand is nice and tight and it locks up against these two gussets I've welded onto the bottom of the engine plates. This was actually bored out oversized and I've turned a bush to suit that, give myself a bit of clearance, and it's absolutely rigid and solid. Good modification. Just hope the geometry is right when I get the wheels on. Okay, I've got to get the bull race out of the headstock. BSA make a tool for this job, but they're not available. So fortunately I found out a piece of old fork stanchion is the same diameter I need, and I've cut a thread on there, 26 TPI, and would you believe it's a perfect fit, and that's the plan. How it works is you wind it in as tight as you can go, and I'm going to put a bolt in to just for something to knock against. it goes. Well, there's the little tool I made. It's a piece of fork stanchion. I think it's 40mm. I just cut a deep thread, 26 TPI thread on there. I should really have taken the threads down a bit deeper, because as that goes in to the ball race, it just about pushes through at the top, which would in fact help get the ball race out of the frame. But as you can see, a gentle tap and it does come out. Well, as you can see, I've measured the steel balls and the 3/16. Not sure how many I need, but I'll order in a big pack of them.